If you haven't had a brush with a grizzly or black bear, know that it's a heart-pounding experience. But don't let fear paralyze you. Or try not to let fear paralyze you. Remember, bears are usually more scared of us than we are of them. So if you find yourself face to face with a bear, here's what to do. First things first, stay calm. It's definitely challenging in this situation, but quell that fear because panic is your enemy. Take deep breaths, then slowly walk back. Remember, don't turn your back or run because this can trigger their chase instinct. If you encounter a brown or grizzly bear, drop to the ground, cover your neck with your hands, and play dead. Stay still until the bear leaves the area as they often linger nearby. Remember, this tactic is effective only for brown or grizzly bears, not black bears or polar bears. Now, if in the unfortunate situation the bear charges, don't retreat. You have to make yourself appear large and assertive. This is probably the trickiest tip so far, and we understand why, but take notes. Another thing to know is that bears have a keen sense of smell, so they're easily attracted by the scent of food or something sweet. If you're hiking in bear country, avoid carrying these items, and if you must carry food, store it in bear-proof containers or canisters. One more trick to preventing a bear attack is using bear spray. It's highly effective and a must-have for any hiker or camper, so learn how to use it effectively. Being attacked by a bear is wild, but being attacked by a lion might be deadlier. Lions, like every big cat, are stealthy predators, but they're also cautious. If you encounter one, here's how to handle it. Try to make yourself big by yelling, waving your arms, and opening your jacket to appear larger and more intimidating. Make sure to maintain eye contact to show you're aware of your surroundings and ready to defend yourself. Also, never turn your back or run. A lion's instinct is to chase. Yeah, well, even if your instinct is to run, please don't give in. It's a trap. A deadly one, in fact. And we bet you are probably not interested in a hide-and-seek game with the king of the jungle. So maintain your stance until the king gets bored, or try to walk away slowly while maintaining eye contact. This trick is effective, but let us know if you have a different opinion. We'd love to hear from you. The World Health Organization estimates that between 81,410 and 137,880 people die each year due to snake bites. Bet you weren't expecting those numbers. Here's what to do if you encounter a snake. It's important to stay still as sudden movements can trigger a strike. But once the snake is no longer a threat, you'd know from its disposition. Calmly move away. If you're in a situation where a snake is following you, consider stomping your feet to generate vibrations that might confuse the reptile. Do this like your life depends on it, because, well, it does. And if in a worst-case scenario the snake has wrapped its body around you, the most important thing to do is stay calm and still. Hard to imagine, yes we know, but panicking does only one thing. It triggers the snake to constrict even harder. Sounds unrealistic, but it's frankly your most realistic choice for survival. While in that state, you must protect your lungs, and to do that, you have to keep your non-dominant arm against your ribs. This creates a barrier and prevents the snake from squeezing the air out of your chest. Once you've secured your chest, grab the snake's head with your free hand. Gently unwind the snake by pulling it backwards and unlooping the coils. Avoid letting the snake wrap around both of your hands. This might seem unfeasible, but it's what's advised. In the unfortunate event of a bite, it's essential to promptly rinse the wound with running water, apply a tourniquet to slow the spread of venom, and seek medical assistance as fast as you can. So to avoid being in that situation, wear protective gear such as boots and long pants, as they can help prevent snake bites. Avoid walking through tall grass, because snakes often hide in tall grass. A snake stick can also be used to safely move snakes away from you. But while you do not want to find yourself in a stare-down contest with a snake, keep in mind that other wildlife such as boar can pose almost greater challenges. Wild boars can be aggressive, especially if they feel cornered. So if you encounter one, be calm and move slowly away from the animal. Do not approach or attempt to feed the animal. It's not a furry pet. Keep a safe distance and do not corner or provoke it. If you see one, don't run. Instead, look for a tree or something to climb. They can be surprisingly fast and may charge, so your best bet is to get to higher ground as fast as you can. That is if you can find one close to you. You should pray not to encounter one, but if you're hiking in areas with wild boars, be alert and carry a walking stick. It's a must, as it can be useful for defense. So what do you do when you meet a gorilla? Gorillas are generally peaceful creatures, but it's essential to know how to react in the unlikely event of an aggressive encounter. If a gorilla charges at you, remain calm and crouch down to appear smaller and less threatening. Avoid eye contact and stay quiet, as loud noises can agitate the gorilla. Do not run, as it can trigger a chase. But if the gorilla attacks you, the most important thing is to protect your vital areas and not fight back. Resisting can provoke further aggression. Instead, try to stay calm and act submissive. But unlike gorillas, coyotes don't lose interest that easily, so beware. Coyotes, while typically shy around humans, can become aggressive if they feel threatened or if they have young ones to protect. So if you find yourself in a situation where a coyote is exhibiting signs of aggression, such as growling, snarling, or approaching too closely, it's important to make yourself large and loud. Unzip your jacket, hold up your hands, and shout at the coyote. This should deter the animal and make it think twice about approaching. If the coyote continues to act aggressively, try throwing a few stones or large sticks in its direction. This can create a barrier and scare the coyote away. If the coyote closes in and attempts to bite you, strike it with a stone or a stick to defend yourself. Remember, coyotes are solitary animals, so you're unlikely to encounter a group attack. And that's a great thing, because how many stones would you have to throw to protect yourself if they closed in? You might think you don't have anything to worry about with elephants, but you're wrong. Elephants kill around 500 people every year. To avoid being one of their victims, this is what you should know about their attacks. Elephants sometimes use a bluff charge to warn you, but typically won't attack. They'll spread their ears wide to appear larger and sway from side to side. Stay calm and give them space. If the elephant continues to approach, shout and avoid showing fear. In a real charge, the elephant will have its ears pinned back and trunk curled, then will run towards its victims in a zigzag pattern to outsmart them. Try to place a large object between you and the elephant. Don't climb small trees, as elephants can destroy them, so try to get away fast. Did you know elephants are afraid of bees? If you didn't, well now you know. If you can, carry a speaker with African bee sounds. This can scare them away, even the biggest elephants. On the other hand, with the hippos, there is no warning. Hippos are dangerous despite their peaceful appearance. They can run quickly, so avoid bushes during hot weather where they hide. If a hippo opens its mouth, run away immediately. You don't want to be close to that. In the water, hippos are extremely dangerous and can capsize boats. On land, seek cover immediately because you can't outrun a hippo. Use a tree, rock, or vehicle as a barrier. Zigzagging can also help you evade them, as hippos are heavy and have difficulty changing direction quickly. This tactic might buy you time to escape. However, wolves are even faster. Wolves can be aggressive if they feel threatened, protecting their territory or raising young. If you find yourself in this situation, remember to stay calm and avoid eye contact. The wolves feel threatened in a stare-down contest, and this could result in an attack. Instead, make yourself appear larger by holding your arms or backpack above your head. Yell loudly and throw objects like stones or branches to create a barrier. But do not run, as this can trigger a chase instinct in wolves. If the wolf becomes aggressive and attacks, fight back using a heavy rock or knife, targeting vulnerable areas like the nose or throat. Survival of the fittest, don't forget that. So you're wondering about sharks, huh? Most of them aren't looking for a snack when they see us, but we can do things to avoid attracting them. Don't let blood or pee get into the water with sharks present. They have super sensitive noses and can smell these things from miles away, so your pee might attract them. If you do run into one, stay cool. Don't yell or flail around, and don't turn your back on it. Just stay where you are, because swimming away might make it think you're a tasty treat. That's typically what prey do, and doing that will catch the shark's attention. You also have to pay attention to what it's doing. If it's circling, moving back and forth, or just staring at you, that might not be a good sign. If it charges, give it a good whack to the nose. They've got lots of sensitive spots there, and it might scare it off. But if that doesn't work and it tries to bite you, poke it in the eyes or gills. These are super sensitive areas. Then, when it's in a weakened state, back out of the water slowly. Make sure to keep watching it and never turn your back. Another sea predator to be wary of is the alligator. Alligators are usually more afraid of you than you are of them. An unprovoked attack is not common. If you see an alligator, back away slowly and don't make any sudden movements. Freaking out will attract attention, causing them to attack. Swim to the shore as quickly and quietly as possible, staying below the surface to minimize splashing sounds. They are surprisingly fast in water, but prefer to avoid confrontations on land. If it chases you on land, run in a straight line. They can't sustain a sprint for long. If an alligator bites you, don't try to pry its jaws open. Instead, aim for its snout, eyes, or the palatal valve, a flap of tissue near its throat. This valve prevents water from entering its throat when underwater, so targeting it might cause the alligator to choke, giving you a chance to escape. If you're being dragged into the water, grabbing this valve can be a lifesaver. When grabbed or struck, water will enter the alligator's throat, forcing it to release you. Last one. A little birdie told us to inform you to never play dead with an alligator, or else you'll actually end up 6 feet under. For added safety, carry a whistle or noisemaker to deter animals. Stay in groups, as wild animals are less likely to attack a group of people. Avoid hiking alone, especially at dawn or dusk when some of these animals are most active. Be aware of your surroundings and look for signs of their presence, such as tracks or scat. Never go to dangerous zones in a bid to be adventurous. You might end up losing your life. And if perchance you decide to seek adventures, make sure to bring sprays and every protective kit you can find. It's better to be safe than sorry. So we've come to the end of the video. Drop us a comment on what stood out to you. We'd also love to hear of any intriguing experiences you've had with wild animals. Most importantly, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And please share this with as many people as possible. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.